Let's see. I want to start. Let's start with why this is important. Isaac's mother is suffering with a tremendous amount of guilt that is driving a terrible depression. And I'll explain why she feels guilty. And I will also explain why she shouldn't feel guilty. So the person that stepped out in front of Isaac when Isaac was coming through the entryway was his agent, Richard. That was also the man that called Isaac's mother the moments preceding this murder, looking for the envelope and trying to get Isaac's mother to agree to give him that envelope. Now, she followed Isaac's instructions to the letter. She refused to give this manila envelope to anyone except the man that Isaac instructed it be given to. Now, what was in the envelope? You're all going to want to know that. What was in the envelope was pictures of celebrities. Hold on. Did you move it? Here we go. Okay, so what's in the envelope, or was in the envelope, okay, that you never saw. Now you understand why you never saw it, okay? There also in the envelope were recordings that Isaac had made with Seth Green and Ricky Gervais and friends discussing where they keep the chickens that they torture. Chickens, as you may know, is the term they use for underage children that they are trafficking and torturing. Yeah, you know, and I'm sorry to say this to you guys. I know how Ricky Gervais has been coming out, you know, sort of on the side of bashing Hollywood cancel culture and these sorts of things, but he is a part of this, unfortunately, and there are audio recordings of him and Seth Green and friends discussing where they keep the chickens for ritual abuse and these sorts of things. So yeah, why does he still have a career? Why are there so many people still following him on Facebook and Twitter and stuff? Because he's part of the system, guys. That's why. Because he's part of the system. I'm sorry to say. I'm sorry. All right. So for Isaac's mother now, and I'm going to tell you what you need to know right now, and then you and I will speak again later privately. Okay. It was his agent, Richard, that was on the phone that night. He had called you in the moments preceding Isaac's murder in an effort to acquire that manila envelope of evidence. This is how he knew that Isaac had it in the first place. Incidentally, guys, the video that you saw of Isaac where it looked like someone was forcing him to make that video, that actually was true, and the person that made him do that, the person that was behind that camera, was Isaac's agent, Richard, by the way. So it was his agent, Richard, that you spoke to on the phone that night, looking for the envelope. Unfortunately, you did not know that that's who it was. But she needed to hear that much. Okay, that he called her moms, and that she called him her little papoose. Angelica Johnson, okay, she is the person that you can get in touch with me through. That goes for all of you and all of my subscribers. From here on out, you need to contact Angelica if you are trying to get in touch with me. No one will get in touch with me if they don't go through her first. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about Phoenix Enigma, and I'm going to talk about the challenge that I am issuing to them. One of the first things I told you, one of the first things that I shared with you about the Kappy family and what they've been going through over the last year since Isaac was murdered. They are religious people. I will not tell you what the religion is because it's none of your business. I can tell you 100% that Isaac's mother would never be friends with anyone who has anything to do with witchcraft or related religions. They've been suffering a backlash within their own community since Isaac's death because of the official narrative of suicide. His girlfriend is the source of the phony claim of friendship with Isaac's mother. That's a fact. And still, you have yet to prove that you have a connection to Isaac's mother in the least. In the least. You don't even know her mailman. You've been exploiting this family's tragedy for a year now. I am still giving you till the end of August to have Isaac Kappy's mother on your show. The issue we have is whether or not you can prove that you are friends with Isaac's mother. And you and I both know you can't do that.
All right, everybody. Welcome back here. I am, of course, Corey Daniel with Phoenix Enigma and Alicia. Today we have with us Elohai Priest and Mr. and Mrs. Kappy, Wendy Kappy and Glenn Kappy. We have given the opportunity for the people making these claims to retract them, and this has not happened. A man by the name who goes by the name of Michael Fisher on the Michael Fisher YouTube channel has made claims that Isaac Kappy delivered evidence in a manila envelope to his mother the night he was, according to his story, murdered in the hallway or the entry, and by his agent by the name of Richard. These are lies, absolute lies. They are not true. He has never put forth any evidence and refused to put forth any evidence or even speak to me or anybody about this. He's made other claims as well that he knows the Kappy family and has spoken to them, and that they are going to appear on his channel. This is absolutely not true.
This is my husband, Glenn,
Yeah,
and he's with me.
You won't be hearing much from me either. I'm here to support my wife.
Yes. I've asked Elohai to be here as well as Alicia and Corey because they are people that know me and that I have had contact with for a very long time. I have been in contact with Alicia since May 30th, 2019, which was a couple of weeks after Isaac's death. She contacted me and my husband and I to ask us if we would like to attend a virtual funeral, memorial service for Isaac, and we attended that online with Alicia and others in the family. We later met her in California in August of 2019, a few months later.
Yes.
I guess we met with you for a few hours.
Yeah.
And just shared our love for Isaac and our trauma, and I've asked them to be here. And I have a statement I'm going to read because it helps me to make sure I include everything I need to include and that I don't get off track. And I'm not real good thinking on my head, at the top of my head. So I've prepared a statement. I want to say a few words about the people here. In order to establish identity, I also have a few artifacts, I guess what you would call artifacts. One is Isaac's artwork on the back wall. This was a piece of artwork that Isaac brought me for Mother's Day, and it was in his car when he died. I am an extremely private person, as Corey can really vouch for, and do not want to expose myself or my family to any unnecessary exposure. However, in the past couple of weeks, a man named Michael Fisher has come forward claiming to know Isaac and us, his family, and the nature of Isaac's death. He is perpetuating a scam that endangers us with the claim that I have an envelope with photos, emails, and other evidence exposing powerful people of pedophilia. I do not understand Fisher's end goal, but I thought it was important to come forward and address this. So that's why I'm willing to show up. And this is what I'd like to do is just, I have a list of claims and my response, the actual fact, the claim and the fact, okay, and the facts. So he makes the claim that Isaac is an old friend and that he knows us, his family. Up until 5 days ago or so, I first saw one of Fisher's videos. I'd never heard of him. No one else has either. I have never met Fisher or spoken to him, and I seriously doubt he knew Isaac. One of the ways Fisher tried to establish his relationship with Isaac and us was to say that he knew my endearment for Isaac, that I called him my little papoose. It is total fabrication.
Your little papoose is okay, because you used to call him your little papoose.
I had a few special endearments for Isaac, but a little papoose wasn't one of them.
He says moms with an S, moms, because that's what he used to call you, moms. He says moms.
I noticed I wrote one thing down here. Whereas he said that you called Isaac my little papusa, he also said that he called you moms with a S.
That didn't ring a bell.
Now, what she didn't know was that man that she was speaking to that night was Isaac's agent, Richard.
There's no agent named Richard. Isaac didn't have an agent for the last few years of his life. His last agent's name was Edna. I don't believe he ever had an agent named Richard. I verified this information with a good friend of Isaac's who is an actor and who was in LA with Isaac up until Isaac's move to Apple Valley in fall 2018.
A friend Isaac knew for 20 years.
20 years ago. Yeah. The envelope does not exist. It is a dangerous hoax to claim that I have something that people would be interested in seeing and perhaps hurt me over. No manila folder, no guilt for withholding it, and no torment. This year has been the most difficult year of our lives, but it has nothing to do with a fictitious manila folder or envelope. Rather, he is putting my life in danger with his claims. I find it disturbing that he is so focused on me. No one before Fisher has attempted to exploit us, harm us, or promote falsehoods about us. We have had to experience many awful things, the worst of which was having our son's bloody and mangled corpse posted on social media by Julio Hawks of American Cartel. This latest episode with Michael Fisher rates up there with the worst.
What I do for the Isaac Kappy family, I do because I do it because I was asked to do it. First of all, I made an agreement with Isaac. So what I do for the Kappy family is going to be private. What Wendy wants to tell you, she will. You know. So there is a couple of people that I have been talking with privately who do know Richard's last name, but I cannot say anything more about it publicly, and I hope you understand that. I haven't said anything that should upset anybody, to be honest with you. Yeah, these guys are pretty dirty, snaky people, you know. And when you fail, I will live stream with Isaac's mother. Your lies are going to be seen for what they are.